So the second aspect of this is there is that stalled front as we go into Friday. Look what happens as we go into Saturday. There is that low. Now, expecting an upper level low to develop along this stalled front. This is typical with these systems. What also is typical, especially for this time of year, we have formation zones. And the formation zones, Gulf, and they're in the Atlantic, hugging the coast of the Carolinas down towards Jacksonville. These lows will hang out. And if it hangs out long enough, we'll see them transition into something possibly tropical or subtropical. This is where, again, we could potentially up the rain chances for your weekend forecast. Again, as of right now, and this is just one forecast model. This is your European model. Look what happens as we go Sunday. It drifts a little bit to the west, and then we have it dissipating Sunday night. And really, that's what that trough is, an elongated area of low pressure. So keeping a close eye on this for the potential for development. National Hurricane Center giving this a 0% over the next couple of days. Front's not even here yet, but as the front comes in, then still low potential over the course of the next 7 days. And that's what we're really looking for. Through the weekend and into early next week, if this low develops, if and when, if it could become something tropical. Now, this is not going to change anything for our forecast Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because we're still looking at the potential for heavy rain. But if this develops and hangs out along the coast, we could up those rain chances for the weekend as well, maybe a little bit higher. So here's your headlines. This is, again, what we're really watching. Low pressure could develop along that stalled front as we go into the start of the weekend. Could form in the Gulf or could form in the Atlantic. Again, for anywhere from the coast of Jacksonville up to the coast of South Carolina. And that's what the forecast models are showing. Again, they're not in very good agreement right now, but every model run changes. As we get closer to the end of the week, these model runs usually get into better agreement. Regardless of development, we are looking elevated rain threat and that flood threat. So that's what we're really looking at. And again, one of the things about the second half of this week is there's going to be a lot of travel for your 4th of July holiday. 4th of July is on Friday and even for the weekend as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on the weekend to see what happens with this stalled front, what happens with this low. And of course, it's always a great idea. We're in hurricane season, almost a month in now, and you got to keep those kits up to date. So we're going to look at both models here. And again, these change. The black is the GFS. The white is the European model. And this is what we've been looking at just to show you a little bit of comparison as what the models are thinking. So here is your Friday. Both the GFS and the European show that low developing, and even the European model shows the potential for one off the coast there, the East Coast, which is why, again, you see that area of interest going from the Gulf all the way up the coast of South Carolina, and that is for the potential. But as we go throughout this model run, there it is again, Saturday afternoon. That little black circle, that's the GFS, and the white is, again, the European model. Still shows that potential for some of that development. And then as we go into Sunday afternoon, look how far it's starting to drift away. And then as we go into Monday and Tuesday, this is where both forecast models have this falling apart. Again, that is as of right now. Earlier morning model run showed this holding together, but still heading towards Texas. That was the GFS model. So we'll keep a close eye on both these models. Of course, there's other forecast models, and those are the factors that go into this. Look at the water temperature that we have. This is the reason why these upper level lows transition into tropical. Even off the coast of the Carolinas, you're looking at 82, 83, 84. That 74 is kind of hugging the coast of Jacksonville. So again, and look off our coast, we got 87 degrees here right off the coast. It's at Pinellas County, and you can see 85 to 87 all along the Gulf Coast. So we have the factors there. We have the very warm water temperatures that would support this transition into tropical, or again, maybe subtropical, but see some further development out of this. Now look at your wind shear forecast. And as we go throughout the weekend into early next week, this is upper level. So you see that circulation, that is the low, that is Sunday at 8 p.m. And watch how quickly that moves off to the west. There is midnight, Monday night into Tuesday, and then by Tuesday afternoon, it's gone. So again, this is just one forecast model run. This is just as of right now, which is why we keep watching these run to run to see if they kind of hint towards maybe a little bit more agreement as we get towards the end of the week. We also have the factor of some Saharan dust forecasted to see that increase over the weekend and into early next week. Now, the thickest, of course, is going to be down to our south, but you'll see there is still a little bit of dust up in the northern Gulf as well. So we'll watch this as well. This is just one of the factors that can go into potential potentially, kind of hindering any tropical development as we go throughout early next week. So again, a lot of factors in on this that we'll keep a close eye on. Going back to that 7-day forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, again, are the highest chances for rain. But look at that weekend. So again, depending on what development we could see out of this, where that low develops, where it's going to be going throughout the weekend, we're still looking at some pretty good rain chances as we go throughout your Saturday and Sunday.